Hello guys, this is denoriggz again. Welcoming you to my YouTube channel. Please make sure to subscribe and like the video and enable your notifications so that you don't miss any future uploads. What am I right there? Alright guys, we're continuing from where we left off. You're supposed to go and meet up with Zhongli at the bank. You need to speak to him. I think I know what this is about. Just see for yourselves here. The biggest shocker in this game. This is the biggest shocking news I've had.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, Have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, Traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Wow, guys, I did not see that coming. I didn't know that the Geo-Archon, Relax Lapis, is Zhongli in his human form. I did not see that coming. I was actually shocked while recording this. I was too shocked. I did not see this. I didn't see the signs, but now I see them after confirming my suspicions. Now I see the signs right now.
Today's the day of the
It's a cutscene, maybe.
Although the star of the
So we
show
are
is
heading
good,
higher
we spent so
towards
much
the
time
rate of
trying to
descension.
organize it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Alright. So we meet up with Zhongli again. Or should we call him Rex Lapis?
Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Shinya kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but...
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without...
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation has been closed by order of its deity, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Anemo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Leo... Kuching is absolutely right. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Qixing, could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Teyvat? Since Morax is dead, are they all just going to disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo Archon's power.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to...
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue Qixing to debate.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a good, logical, common-sense idea. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Alright guys, that seems that to be the end of that. Seems straight completed, the mission is completed, and I've ranked up to level 29 right now. So I'm about to reach 30. Alright guys, okay. Let me check my quests. Oh, wrong one. Alright, the quests. Oh, it seems I'm out of quests. Alright guys, I'm just going to jump to when I get another quest. Continue to do these side missions. Alright guys, we just got a main mission here that we're about to do. So please, if you want to see more, please make sure to subscribe on the video and leave a like. This video is going to be longer than I thought. The usual videos usually are at 21 minutes, about 21 minutes to 24 minutes, about there, no more than that. But I've decided to make this video longer because of this mission that we're about to do, to make this to make every video to have a bit of action there. So I recorded this later. It's about 2 or 3 days later after recording the previous one. Just the previous minutes ago, about 3 days later. So the Rex Lapis mission that I finished it 3 days ago. Now I'm continuing from where I left off. I'm doing some more missions here. There'll be these are like side missions, but they are side, but they are main missions. I don't know if you can understand that. They're not main missions, but they are sort of side missions that you have to do so that you can progress to get the new main missions. But what I understand, guys, is that the next place we're heading to is in Azuma, where we are supposed to meet up with the new the god of Inazuma, the Radiant Shogun. That's her name, the Radiant Shogun.
Let's go deeper inside. I'm unsure Hope's Ganyu's information is reliable.
And since I've updated this, I've seen in some. Oh, that was the wrong move. Alright, I've seen in some Google's. I've been searching this game to know there's some things that I did not expect. So I was searching some columns of this game. Since I did not know most of the things about it, I found out that now you can level, you can get other powers. Not only, the first game you could only use Geo, the power of Geo and the wind. That's I don't know its name again. Cyro. Maybe it's called Cyro. Who remembers? Yeah. So now I can use the power since the what is it? Radiant Shogun. Her power is electric. It's electro. So I can be able to use electro now. I just have to go to one of the main statues, and then I can use. It's called resonating. Yeah, it's called resonating. When you get the power, it's called resonating. Like, let's say when you get this Geo power, it's called resonating with Geo, and the other one will be resonating with electro. Alright guys, sorry for the weird long talk. I'm just telling you what I just found out. So right now we are heading, this is a Dominion. You can see I'm still at level 29, adventure rank 29, so I haven't gone that far. We've actually been doing some side missions. Those missions that are like an apostrophe. Is it an apostrophe? What is it called again? I don't know what it's called, but there are some missions that you can find on the map. Most of the quests like getting doing something for someone, those kind of missions. So we are okay. I think we're almost reaching where we're supposed to be going. What's this? So
Why
what's
does it
happening
feel
here?
stranger and stranger
These
as we
supposed to
make
look
it
like something
deeper
that
into
can.
these ruins?
I don't want to find out.
Be careful now.
Alright, so
Paimon's right
they
behind
come.
you.
So I need to aim to be in the center, maybe. No, there are 3 balls here. Alright, what do we do here? I think there's a place you can, yeah, there's a place here you can enter. You can hide, but there's something here. Let me take care of that, okay, and head to the next one. Pass through the middle, then enter here. There's something here, maybe. Alright. Could have missed that. There's a chest here also. Guys, let me tell you something that I discovered a few days ago. Every mission in this game, you will see, even inside missions, you will think that they're not important, but I've found out that most of them are very important. If you want to progress with the game missions, make sure you do most of the side quests you get. I think this is a cutscene you're getting right now. What is happening here? Is this guy praying?
This looks like a person. Could it be the Grand Thief?
Alright.
Why is he in that position? Is he praying to something? That's... Why is the statue of the Seven hanging upside down? And the statue's hands... Paimon remembers they're normally holding an orb, right? But this statue is holding... What is that? Paimon has a really bad feeling about this. And the Grand Thief hasn't moved an inch. Do you think he's... Hello? He's dead. Paimon doesn't feel so good. Let's get out of here, and fast! We should report back to Ganyu and Lon. Now what?
Well, that was weird. Let's just get out of here. So we meet up. This is called the Abyss Herald. I haven't met him. I don't know how he fights. I just heard about him from the guide that took us here. It's called the Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
But I've never actually seen one before. This is my first time meeting one.
Ainsley. I thought you were just a couple of pests that stumbled in here by mistake. Did he send you here to die? His resistance against the Abyss has gone nowhere. The Abyss is
What is this?
Right, this seems to be a fight.
Before. Careful! Please don't get cocky!
You know, normally, guys, I've discovered something normally. When there's a cutscene before you fight a boss, maybe a boss or mini boss or someone. After you fight that person, the person doesn't die. Even if you win or what, the person never dies. That's what I've discovered with this. So whenever you meet someone and there's a cutscene, there's a boss fight that you're supposed to fight. If there's a cutscene, that will not be the last time you fight. Like here. It seems that is the end of the fight.
this power. It seems.
Alright.
I see. So it's you. You are.
Oh, you have heard of me.
In that case, I shall stay here no longer.
What a tough battle! Are you okay? Oh, such a strong enemy. Who knew the Abyss Order had monsters this powerful? powerful among them. Huh? What is it? What are you thinking of? Oh, right, yeah. We're near the exit now. Let's get out of this scary place before something even...
Well, that was weird.
Dang, there you are. Did you see Master Jean?
I saw her, but purposely avoided her. As both the Lion Fang Knight and acting Grand Master, she naturally would have some reservations towards me. If I'm not careful, one day I may find myself. But back to the matter at hand. I defeated some of the Abyss forces, but wasn't able to gather. I see. Well then, we can more or less figure out where the first field tiller ended up.
Huh? Really? Just...
That information combined with a more comprehensive analysis. For example, the old story you told me you heard in the cathedral. Exactly. The strange story told to you by that young sister, long mistaken to be a curse rained down by a deceased tyrant.
Paimon gets it. So the tyrant's final fury was really just missiles fired from the field tiller after it ran from Wolfendom. After it was damaged in the fight with the Wolf of the North, it must have wandered into the ruins of Old Mondstadt and stayed there. Then, whenever anyone got close, pew, pew, boom! It would fire a ton of missiles at them. Until one day, it finally broke down for good, and the fireballs stopped raining from the sky. Back then, the people of Mondstadt hadn't seen many ruin guards before, so...
It looks like we need to make a trip to Storm Terror's lair and comb the entire area. What do you mean?
Huh? You mean... Oh, Paimon remembers too! We saw that abandoned ruin guard sitting atop the tower when we went there before. Can't forget something like that.
Alright guys, we are done with the previous mission, but before the previous mission was over, there was a bit of a fight before that. So we had to, there were many fights before we reached this part, but I decided to cut them out. It seems it took some time, almost like it took almost like a 1 hour and a half fight. And I'm not counting the traveling. That was just the fighting. It took me almost 1.5 hours. So I decided to cut that out and show you one of the sides. That first boss fight, that one. So guys, now we're heading towards this is Storm Terror's lair. Someone are being carried inside. Don't know what's happening there. So guys, I think this is going. I'm going to end the video. Please make sure to subscribe and like the video. Guys, till next time. Goodbye.